Quando Vela say Apagou, the night was quiet, but not peaceful. It was the kind of quiet that presses against the chest, heavy, almost unnatural. In the small wooden house at the edge of the village, an old woman sat alone by the table, her Bible open in front of her. A single candle flickered, its flame dancing as if struggling against a breath that no one else could feel. She had lived many years, survived wars, famine, and the loss of people she loved. Yet in the stillness of this night, a chill ran deeper than any winter she had known. The silence was thick, broken only by the slow crackle of the candle and the distant cry of the wind through the trees. She turned the fragile pages, her wrinkled fingers tracing familiar verses, words that had been her companion through decades of sorrow and joy. Her eyes lingered on Psalm 27. "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" She whispered it aloud, her voice fragile, more breath than sound. And then, suddenly without warning, the candle went out. Darkness swallowed the room. Her heart jumped. She reached for matches, her fingers trembling, but froze. Because in that suffocating darkness, she heard it. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate, coming closer. The boards creaked as if someone moved across the room, though she knew no one else was there. Her pulse raced, and for a moment she thought it must be her imagination. But the sound grew louder, closer, circling. She clutched the Bible tighter, whispering again, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" But her voice cracked, because in truth, she was afraid. Terrified. The air grew colder. Her breath misted before her face. And then, from the corner of the room, a whisper slithered into her ears. "You are alone, forgotten. Even your God has left you." Her tears welled. For a heartbeat, she believed it. She felt the weight of years, of loneliness, of unanswered prayers. But then her trembling lips moved once more. "Though an army besiege me, my heart will not fear. Though war break out against me, even then will I be confident." The whisper turned to a growl. The footsteps grew faster, circling like a predator. And then silence again, absolute, crushing silence. She dared to lift her eyes. And in the middle of that suffocating darkness, she saw it. A faint glow, not from the candle, but from the Bible in her hands. The pages shimmered softly, as if written with fire. The voice hissed one last time, "He cannot save you." Her hands shook, but her voice grew stronger. "The Lord is my light." She shouted now, tears streaming. "My light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" At her words, the glow from the Bible spread, filling the room with a brilliance no flame could match. The darkness screamed not with sound, but with rage and fled. The footsteps ceased. The cold lifted. And in that moment, the candle reignited by itself, steady, unwavering, its flame standing tall against the night. The old woman fell to her knees, sobbing not in fear, but in awe. She knew then that she was not alone. That she had never been alone. The silence had been a test, the darkness a lie. And her faith, though trembling, had called forth the light that darkness could not endure. From that night on, she told her story, not of fear, not of terror, but of the night when the candle went out and she discovered that, even in the deepest dark, the light of God cannot be extinguished.